I'd like to go over armor combat in GOSS. Basically, the dice modifiers that come with armor factor versus armor factor or armor factor versus AT. Units in GOSS have a superscript right next to their attack, or they can have one next to their defense, or it can just be next to their defense. When you have two superscripts, they're considered still an armor factor. The first one to the left will be for attacking, the one in the middle will be for defending. But it's still considered armor factor. It is when you only have one superscript in the middle by the defense that is considered AT. Every armor factor or AT that gets through in combat is a dice modifier of +10 or -10, depending on if it's the defender or the attacker. The attacker will get a plus and the defender is going to get a minus. If a unit is caught in clear terrain and you have an armor factor of 5 or greater, every one that gets through is actually now worth +15 or -15. So it depends on where you are. So it can be very dangerous for infantry to be caught in the clear with armor. Another thing to, when considering and doing the calculations for armor, is what you do is you take the number of armor factors, which is 6 on this one, and you take the number 4 and you minus them, and you'll get a +2 for the attacker, which will be a +20. However, terrain, population, hex sides, field works will negate armor factors, armor factors, because AT does not get negated. So it'll be armor factors that will get negated from that. And if you look at the terrain chart, it will show you here. If I can just look here. All right, we have an armor factor column right here. And you can see in the woods, it's a -2. So -2 will be taken away. The one to the right of the slash is how much maximum can go in. So if you had, let's say after the 2 was taken away, 3 armor factors, only 1 can actually get through in the forest. As you can see, if you're crossing a stream, it's a -1. A village is a -1, and fieldworks is a -1. For improved position, entrenchments a -2, and so on. But there is one thing regarding population and terrain. You can only add up one or the other on the population or the terrain. You cannot add both of them. It's not cumulative. So just choose the best one. Second, armor factor against armor factor. You, again, choose one or the other. You cannot choose two. So if this unit was sitting here like so, this doesn't even count. It is now one of these two that you're going to choose to help you out. If you had a situation where you had this happening, and let's say US was attacking the German 88s, you would take their 4 from their 7, which gives the Germans -3, and we're in movement covered terrain. It's not clear or anything like that, so it would be -10 for each one, because of terrain does not negate their AT factors. So that's big. So you want to get your units with a good high AT factor in the woods, because it's going to mitigate the armor, but it won't mitigate yours. So they're going to have a -30 to the roll when we do combat, and that's huge. Another situation would be for armor. Oh, here's another one, which is very good to know. Let's say you had armor and they are gonna fight some infantry. Let's do it this way instead. Let's say we have this going on. You don't want armor fighting infantry in movement covered terrain, because if you do, their attack strength is going to be halved and their armor factor is going to be 0. So that is the penalty for not having infantry with your guys in armor. So you want to be very, very careful about going in to movement covered terrain and no infantry to back you up. So I hope that was helpful and doing some examples. Thanks, guys.